Welcome back, my crafty friends, to Bel Anne Craft Studio. We're going to crochet today. I have made this crocheted coaster, and I made it a little bigger than a smaller coaster because this one I had added an extra row here. And I had already done these ahead of time. But this one, I have a big, huge Bubba cup, and sometimes when it's cold, it sweats, and I don't want it to get on my table, so I'll put it on this, and I love it. I just love it. I wanted to share this with you, um, and we can go ahead and just craft a little bit, and we can, weave in the ends or however. But again, if you do not know how to crochet, that's okay. I'm going to do my best to show you what I know. If you want to learn to crochet, stay tuned to this channel because I will be announcing soon. Lord bless me to see it. I'm going to teach crochet classes or workshops, if you will. That sounds better than classes. You know, you say classes and it sounds like you're in high school or elementary again. But I'm going to be teaching workshops on Patreon. And if you would like to learn something like that, please feel free to stay tuned and subscribe to this channel, and you'll be getting updates when I get that prepared. The website's coming along. Stay tuned to that. If you have not already subscribed and you're just passing through, pull up a chair, pull up a cold drink. If you just like watching and you're not a hands-on person, that's okay. Sometimes we just want to watch something and drink. Like me, I'll drink a coffee, and then when I'm tired, I go to bed. I have a lot that goes on my neck of the woods, but I have really enjoyed making this, and there are other stitches that you can use and instead of this one that has a little picot right here. But the thing is that you don't have to use this stitch. I've seen some that look really cute, and I saw one recently, and I want to put a popcorn stitch around some of these. Who knows? I just really think for a different variety of stitches will look really super cute with these. Also, you don't have to use this type of color yarn. You can use any type of yarn that that you choose. The yellows, I still have some more of this that I will be using. And just know that whatever you like to make, use it to your advantage. Use what you got. Now, I have gotten this at Goodwill and the bargain bins and stuff, and I go shopping. This is what I get when I go to Goodwill. I don't necessarily always people give me yarn, but yet I have all of this supplies, and what do I do with it? You make stuff, okay? But before I get to this part, I am going to set that aside, and I'm going to make the circle right here. And this one has, it's been a minute since I've done this. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now on this one, I put an extra row, and the way I counted it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I did the fifth one. However you want to make it big or small, you can make them into hot pads, trivets, whatever. Okay. So what I'm going to do is because I need to do these, but I like the way I like to do things. When I crochet, I like to go ahead and get an assembly line going like I did with the journal and paper crafts and things of that nature, and make a bunch of these. So all I would need to do then is once I get these done, then I'll start on the design on the outside of whatever stitch I prefer to use, okay? And I really think that these are great for gifts. If you choose to make some for a friend or family or just for yourself, for company, okay? Now, I typically will use my favorite go-to hook is a G hook. And for you all who, and I have this little crochet grip here, and this is a boil. I love Susan Bates, but I don't have one in this size. So this is a G hook, a G size G, and it's a US, okay? Size G, and it's a boy. Uh, let's see. I like it. I like it because of the head is easy to slide in the yarn and it doesn't snag. And then these I just got at a Hobby Lobby. You all who are in the US know Hobby Lobby. And I like these because I tend to get little divots in my fingers, and when I crochet I go I start whipping them out. So I'm going to push this right back where I had it, and I just put that over that, and it helps me to hold and grip the crochet hook better. Now I have a yarn winder, and that's how I got these, but it's easy to pull from the middle. And again, this is not a tutorial, but I will give you some tips and tricks of what I use. So if you do not know, I'm going to pull this, okay? And if you wrap, what I will do is I will wrap this around my finger, okay? And you can pull your finger out and then lay this part back over, and you can hold the tail and pull. You can do that. There are some people who, when they crochet, I wrap two fingers, and that's just my preference and my tension. You'll put it through your fingers as so, okay? And I wrap around, and that's how I go about crocheting. Now I'll wrap it out, and you just hold it like a pencil. Again, this is not a tutorial, but I will be giving workshops. But this is a craft along, and if you know how to crochet, by all means, pull out your supplies and come crochet with me. If you want a different gauge of yarn, use the size hook um, in the specifications for that yarn. Okay, and I think this is a 4 weight, but again, I'm guesstimating because I got all this yarn at Goodwill last year sometime. I don't remember. It's been a while. But I have all of it, and I need to do something with it, friends. Okay, so I'm going to come in, and I'm going to crochet, and I'm going to wrap it around, okay? And then I'm going to wrap it around again, and then I'm going to take the hook, and I'm going to make a little loop right here, okay? And that's one way you could do that. Just giving you some different things. I typically will just twist it and lay it over on itself, and I will make a little eye here, and that works good for me. Okay? However you decide you'd like to go about doing that as well. Okay? So what I'm going to do with this, pull this in so we know what we're working on. We're going to be making the base of the coaster. This is what you would set, like this is my little trash can, but you would set your little cup or drink or coffee cup or whatever on that. By the way, I have my coffee cup, and I was just finishing it. And let me go ahead, and I got the little lid broke on it, so I've got a canning jar thing lid to put on it. And this one is Taste and See That the Lord is Good. My daughter made this, and she does a great job, and she makes these cups. So she made this one for me. But in demonstration, not to get off, what I'm saying, that this will set right there, and you can see it's really stable. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. Okay, I'm going to move my cup right there. So I already drank my coffee, and I worked late today, and I was thinking what I needed to get a video for you all. And I thought, why not crochet? When I crochet, my times I like to crochet is when it's cold outside. Snuggle up with your favorite blanket, and I got a head pillow to go around my neck, and I will sit there and I will crochet, crochet, crochet. Okay? So this is something that you could do as well. It's winter here as well, and just to pull up something, a quick project. These you knock a bunch of these out. I believe when I done these, oh my, I think it maybe was about a couple hours. I just sit and crochet, and I did these, and I pulled these out because I wanted a different color to use with that. All right, so I've got my little loop here with my knot, and I'm gonna crochet 3. And you can go ahead and pull yours up, and it's just chain 3, okay? And then I'm going to go into that first one, that first spot right here. I know it's probably hard to see. I'm going to go into that first one right here. So I got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to start again so you all can see what I'm doing here. And all right. The older I get, I used to when I was younger, I could just crochet like that, but the gauge was so loose. Now I want it to be a little tighter as I've gotten a little older. All right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Then I'm going to go into the first chain right here that I started off with, and I do hold that tail, right? And I'm going to pull out another one, and I'm going to pull out another one. Okay? There you go. So I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go back over here again, and I'm going to do 12. Now, everybody does it different. Not everybody's is the same. This is what I do. So we're going to count that as 2. Yarn over. All right. And as I go, this is what I do. That tail right here, instead of weaving it in, I will hold it, and I will crochet that in as I go. Okay. Here's 1, 2. Okay. Y'all keep and count what I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's 5. And what I'm going in is that there's a little hole right here, and that's where I'm going in. Okay. And 5. And 6. Okay. Because this is old yarn, it's going to split. That's okay. We're going to make it work, huh? 7. And the way you can count is right here. So the way I do, sometimes when I get into the crochet, and I can crochet a lot faster, but what I'll tend to do is I'll stop and I'll forget. So I'm going to count this one as 1, 2, right here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is 8. Okay, that's the way I do it. Okay, and yarn over. Let's grab, here's 9. And if you got a little tail on there, that's okay. 9. Here's 10. Okay. Oopsie. And I bet you this is, seem like the older I get, I kind of get in the motion and I have to go back and I need to count again. So with my crochet hook, I'm going to look at this. Okay, I think I need one more. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I did it again. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to do 2 more. Why not, right? Because the one thing you don't want to do for you seasoned crafters or seasoned crocheters, you know that if you don't put enough stitches in, it's not going to lay flat. You put too much in, it's going to buckle. So those stitches are going to make a difference in the very beginning. Okay, so 2 more. Again, I'm going in that little hole here. And I don't want to confuse nobody. If you don't crochet, that's okay. You're welcome here nonetheless. If you would like to learn to crochet and you don't crochet well, then stay tuned to this channel. And I will be giving announcements when the workshops are up and running. Okay, so therefore, I've got 12, and I know this for sure because now, once I come into that first one that I did before, right here, it is going to pull, and then I'm going to pull. I'm going to close it up, okay? Now, you see, it's laying flat, okay? Now, when you move forward, you're going to add another stitch. Okay, so this one is 12. Let me do it like this. So you have 12 in the beginning. So now let's use this as a marker. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I would say 24 is what I remember having before. Okay? Hold on just a second. My speaker's kind of acting strange. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue. Okay? I'm going to chain 1, right? I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go back in that last one where I went in, and I really like to weave in those ends as I crochet. This is my preference. You can do whatever you choose. Now we're doing a crochet, a double crochet or half double crochet on these. So I'm going to keep moving forward. As I continue to move forward, I'm going to weave in those ends. And once it's done, you won't be able to see it. Like here. See that? I've done already put that in there. All right, so that one's ready. I just wanted to crochet, y'all. I want to bring y'all along and let's just crochet together, right? Typically, you will double those, and sometimes I will miss one and I'll go back over one, and if there's a big old gap, I'll just take it out and I'll keep rocking and rolling, y'all. I hope everyone is doing well. Everybody's staying warm out there. Yeah, it is. It has been pretty cold here in North Texas, and I guarantee you that they say it's going to get warm. But you know what? We got to trust and keep our eyes on the Lord. He knows what He's doing. If the Lord wants it to be cold, it's going to be cold. If it's going to be hot, it'll be hot. But we worship Him and obey His word and stay faithful in it nonetheless. Okay? All right. So I'm going to keep continuing on. If I feel like there's a gap too big there, I'm not too concerned because I know it is going to close up once I get around to the other side. Okay? And if I feel like it needs to go back in, sometimes I'll go in the same one twice also. And I'll keep on going here. And where I'm going, for you all who know how to crochet, where I'm going in between the chains that I had done already. Okay? So I'm going to keep on going. I try to teach my granddaughter. Um, she's 12 now, I think. Oh my, they grow so fast. She does okay. See here, I see that one right there. There's a little hole. I can look at a pattern and I can crochet from a pattern. Sometimes I just want to crochet. And I make them up as I go. As you've seen my typical that I do my crafts, sometimes I like to improvise. And yeah, the idea is to enjoy, have fun. Sometimes I'll put scripture on, have a Bible app. I will sit there and do a little crochet and um, just listen to scripture. So right here I can see that I'm laying pretty flat, okay? And I'm coming around the mountain here. Okay. And I keep on going. Again, I mean, this is not a tutorial. And again, if you want to learn crochet and in the workshops I'm getting started, I'm getting them prepared to open soon. I'm going to show you the basics. I'm going to show you yarn. I'm going to show you gauge from beginner, intermediate, and advanced, making projects. So if you were interested in that, hang in there. Subscribe to this channel and I will give you updates. Also go and like and follow the Facebook page and Instagram, whichever that you use. And tag me on some of the things you would like to make. Okay. Now you don't want to make too much of a buckle. I tend to just crochet. And again, this is just, a little craft along, a little crochet and little fun and nothing, major. I just like sharing these things. And you see here, now I notice that it's wanting to do that I know that I don't have enough stitches there, so I'm going to be mindful of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another stitch in that same hole right there, that same space. And I'm going to, whoopsie, I need a double, don't I? I've seen some really nice videos, and there's this woman in Japan. And when she doesn't do a tutorial or anything, you're just hanging out with her. And it's so peaceful and she doesn't say a lot, but she have the captions at the bottom. And she makes dinner for her and her husband. And I think that's quite soothing. I mean, wholesome, something you can sit and really enjoy watch. I'll watch those. But if it has to have a whole lot of rigmarole in it, you lost me. I'm sorry. I can't watch. I can't sit and watch that. I can't do it. I love the Lord too much to sit and watch certain things. And if the Lord don't tolerate it, why would we? If we proclaim Christ Jesus, why would we tolerate that? I can't do it. Okay, so what I'm doing, as you can see here, I'm going in this space here between the chains. I'm going to go in and pull that through, yarn over, pull that through, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab another one. I hope I'm not losing nobody. I don't want nobody to say, you're losing me, girl, you're losing me. Well, I'm not going to try my best to not do that. So again, what I am doing, as you can see, it is growing, okay? And I'm going to keep on going around. And you can very well, like I kept going around and around. But again, let me find where I got that at. Let me see here. And don't be upset if you got to take some out. I think it's way back here, y'all. See that? Yep. I think it's right there. Okay. Let's do this. Let's see. I think it's right here where I had it. And I get to talking, and sometimes you have stitch markers you can put in there so you don't lose your way. I'm going to go ahead and go this way. Okay. Whoopsie. It's splitting. It's just old yarn and it's used and it's what I have and I'm using what I got. Isn't that our new motto here on Bel Anne Craft Studio? Use what you got. Make it work for you. Okay? Where did I say? Over here. Right there. And yep, we got yarn over, pull a loop, pull a loop. So I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go in between the chains, a little hole there. I'm going to yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Okay? Do rinse and repeat. Again, I'm going to yarn over. I'm coming up to where I'm going to stop that row. I'm going to go in. Okay? Pull through two, pull through two. Yarn over, go through the hole there, the little space in between the chains. I'm going to yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Okay, I'm at the end. I'm going to go one more, yarn over, go between the chains, pull through. Okay, because if you know how to do a double crochet or half double crochet, then you're familiar with this stitch. But just in case if there's someone that doesn't know those, I'm going to give it in just plain terms for those that are watching and don't know. So what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and get my tension right. I'm going to yarn over. Okay, there's the yarn. I'm going to go between the chains. Okay, I'm going to yarn over under in the back, and I'm going to pull that through. And then now I've got three loops. I'm going to yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Okay, I'm right where I need to go. In for the last one. I'm not going to yarn over for the last one. I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to go in between that little crocheted space there. And then I'm going to go in that. I'm going to grab that yarn. I'm going to pull it up. So I've got two, but I'm not going to yarn over. I'm going to take that one I just pulled through and pull it and close it. Okay. Now I've got my crocheted circle coming together. So we're going to say, let's see what that's round 2. Okay. And what you can do if you choose, let me find some paper here, y'all. Hold on. Let me find something. Okay. All right. Now, I got a little post-it note. So we did round 2. So you can do little notches. That's 1 row, 2 row. So if you get a stitch counter, if you want to use those, you can. I tend to just keep going. Many years ago, I used to wait tables at a restaurant, IHOP, I believe it was, and Denny's in Austin, Texas. Oh, this was years when my kids were real little. And they asked me, "Are you going to write that down?" No, it was in my head. And now that I've gotten older, I got to write everything down, y'all. I can't retain like I used to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I've done closed the circle here. I'm going to do a single crochet, which consists of the little loop there. I'm trying to find words for those that don't understand crochet terminology. That's what that would be. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a yarn over and pull it through that chain I had already done. Then I'm going to go yarn over. I'm going to go back in that same one and I'm going to pull through. I'm going to pull through 2. Okay. And pull through 2. Yarn over, next chain over. This is pull through 2, pull through 2. Yarn over, next chain over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay? And rinse and repeat. Now it's growing. Okay, so you can see pretty good right here. Let me leave this here because I don't want that to come out. But right here, you can see it's kind of like humped. So when you get back over to this space here, you're going to just take it and you're going to do a single crochet right through like you did the other ones, and it will grow. These, I did most of these in a day. I mean, I did some are, if you can see, some are not, ideal where they're the same size. Some are bigger, some are smaller. It is okay. It is okay. Then you can block them if you want, but we're pressing forward. Let's see what we got on time because it will fly. Oh, we got a few more minutes. Okay. Now I want to make this a small series. The next couple of videos we do, I want to get a bunch of these circles done, and I want to experiment on some stitching. What would it look like with a popcorn stitch around it? Just different things that really give us inspiration to make something really cute for our house, right? Okay, so pressing forward, and I am yarning. I'm yarn over. Go through the next in between 2 chains. If you see here, right here, put your hook through there, and you're going to come back around, pull it through, and then you're going to pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay? You all who are if you crochet, you know what I'm doing. If you don't know what I'm doing, hang in there. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you. As today is not a workshop or class, in those workshops, I will have live streams once a month. I'm gonna try my best for 2. I work now, so and with my ministry and everything, so I'm gonna really try to squeeze in. If there's a workshop that you would like to join in, if you need extra help, I'd be glad to do those. But I'm going to be doing those on Patreon. And also, I will be doing a whole lot more beginner, advanced, and experience and intermediate, and all of the different workshops for sewing, for just so many things I have on there. So stay tuned for that. It takes work in between the other things that I've got going as well. Okay. And you'll see me here, right here. There is like one in each. If I feel like it's kind of bending a bit, I'll just go ahead and I'll give it an extra stitch in that same one. I'll go back in that same one right there. Okay, next one over, I'm going to pull through two, pull through two. Okay, I'm going to yarn over, go in between the chains here. You see the two chains there? And then I'm going to yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. Yarn over, okay, pull through two, pull through two. All right, if it seems like it's still wanting to kind of buckle a bit, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shape it a bit. Sometimes you give it a little tug and it does fine. If it still wants to curl, I'm going to give it an extra one is what I would do. Okay, now yarn over. I'm going to go into that same one I just got done doing right here. And I'm going to yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. Same. Next one over, pull through two, pull through two. Yarn over. The next one over. Looks like it's trying to lay out. I think what I'm going to do is go in that same one. Kind of lay it out flat a little bit. How many of you know how to crochet? Leave me a comment. If so, if you crochet, what do you crochet? What are the things that you like to make with crochet? Okay, I can tell I'm coming up to the edge because you see right here where it has the, we'll give it a little tug. So it sees that little hump that's right there. I'm going to watch for that because if you see this portion right here is a little lower than this one, then you'll know you're coming up on the end of that, okay, of that row. I worked on my almost about 9.5 hours today. I'm pretty tuckered out. But we're going to press through and we're going to keep doing. This is very relaxing. If you ever want to sit and crochet, just kind of just relax. I mean, there's nothing like it. Okay, last one. I'm going to talk and I'm not paying attention. This last one, again, we're not going to yarn over. I'm going to put it through that top chain and I'm not going to yarn over again. I'm going to pull it through both of them. Now, don't worry if your circle is not perfect because I started off, my circles were all kinds of shapes. Now, I did another row. I'm going to go right here. Just some helpful tips you can do if you got a stitch counter. Sometimes on apps on phones, they do offer where you can do those as well. I've used those. But this is turning out just fine. As you can see here, you can lay it on a flat surface. You can block it, but it's laying out flat. You can also take this portion here, and if you're not sure how big you want it, you can gauge it by a cup to see if you want it big or small. I don't know about y'all. Sunflowers are huge. I like it big. I like them big, even though I made this specific for my big Bubba cup, and I drink a lot of water. Just to have that on there, this sits over by my recliner in my living room, and it makes everything look really nice. I like that country farmhouse look. Okay, I've already pulled through. I'm going to chain one. Okay, yarn over, same one that we just came out of, and I'm going to pull up a loop. I'm going to pull through two and pull through two. Yarn over, next one over, pull through one, pull through two here. Okay, yarn over. I'm going to go into the neighbor's house. This is how I taught my granddaughter. You're going to go into the neighbor's house. You're going to pull out, let's see. You're going to, let's see, how did I tell her to do that? You're going to go into the house. You're going to pull up. I can't remember. I'm so sorry, y'all. But you're going to go in and you're going to pull out the one friend and the other friend, and you can see here how that is you could put a stitch marker there, how it's kind of shaped in a way that you know that that's where you began. And I'm so sorry. I cannot think. I told my granddaughter how to do that, and it'll come to me in a minute. But you can always gauge it by one that you've made. Okay, so it looks like we've got 3 rows here, and I know that I had 5, so you can go 5. This one I did one. This one it will have a first one. We can count this as a first, but I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go more or less. It's entirely up to you. You can use these as hot pads. Put whenever you cook supper or something, and you have a hot pan. You don't want to put it on your countertop. Make one of these, but make it in cotton, and you can just set those on there. I want to make some that of course, I can. I mean, you see the lid here. I can pressure can my food. And I want something that I can set jars on when I pull them out of the canner. I can set them down, which is really cool also. All right. And you can make like a little loop or something. This one I started out putting the loop, and then I said, no, I'm going to use this as a coaster. But I'm continuing on. Okay, so we've got 3 stitches, okay, and we're going to pull up, yarn over. We're going to go in. We're going to go out. We're going to go through 2 and go through 2. Same thing. I'm going to go in the same one. I'm going to pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, yarn over. Next one over. Okay, pull through 2. So let me know how many of you crochet and if you've crocheted and how long. How long have you been crocheting? Oh, I'll give you mine. I've been crocheting for, oh my goodness. I had to have been 7 or 8. My mom, I mentioned, she had a loom. They were back in the 60s and late 60s and 70s. They had those loom with pegs and stuff. And I don't know, I was like 5 or 6, 7, I don't remember, somewhere around there. And she had to go to work, and she said, don't touch her crochet stuff. And I was so fascinated with the crochet. And what did I do? I went and I wanted to try it. Surely she wouldn't notice. And I wanted to see how she did that. And I did one. It was perfect. She was not upset, but she asked me not to touch her stuff. When you're a kid, you don't know much. So what I did was I apologized, and she forgave me, and she said, "Did you do that flower?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "I did really good." So what she ended up doing is buying me one, and I can't tell you what happened to that. But what I do remember is that little snippet of memory doing that, and she would sit by her recliner and she would sit and crochet. I was mesmerized of how much I learned from my mom. She really was a very creative person. All right, continuing on. We'll keep going. Yarn over. Okay, go through in between the chain, pull through two, pull through two. Okay, yarn over, same, pull through two. Again, and I really hope I don't confuse. That's not my intention to confuse anyone. As I've mentioned in the description box below, this is not a tutorial, but I will show you my tricks or my tips and things, however you want to put it. But no, this is not something that you've really learned anything. So we're going to sit here, we're going to crochet together, we're going to talk a bit and have some fun. And on this channel, I do stuff like this. I will be doing all things crafty. Pretty soon, when I get the website going, I'm going to be able to bring to you different things that I am selling on there. Um, Digitals, papers, fabric. I'll have a fabric store, if you will, on the website, and you'll have that opportunity to go buy fabric, use it in your journals. Make a pillow with it or something. I'm working on a quilt presently, and as soon as I can get the camera uh, kind of situated, let's see, I want to go into this one. Yeah. As soon as I get the camera situated to where I can take y'all in my sewing room. Right now I'm in my crafting room, and it's where my office is, and it's what I do. I typically would not do that, but because I can't get the camera to work in there in my sewing room, so we'll make we'll make do for today. But I will typically go ahead and pull up enough yarn so I can keep, you know, crocheting along here. And sometimes I'll make a mistake. I'll have to pull it out. You see it split right there. That's okay. I'm not real particular. I keep going. I'm going to go into that same one and then pull through two. Okay, again, yarn over. Go into where in between those chains right there, and then grab it. Grab the yarn, pull it through. You got three on the hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through two, and pull through two. Okay? But like I was saying on the workshops, I will go more slower, more in depth, and more in detail, if you will, and to be able to help you along as we learn together. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull through two, pull through two. I'm going to go back in through this one again because it's starting to lay flat. Okay, get my mic working here. And then I'll sit here and I'll kind of just see how far I can go. I got from here to here because you remember our little start part right here. Then we're going to pull through two, pull through two. Yarn over. I'm going to pull through, pull two, and pull two. Let me know in the comments if how many of you know how to read patterns for crochet, or if you don't know, let me know, would you like to learn? Because in the workshops I will be presenting those as well. And also I have a knitting machine, but my hands don't work as good as they used to. And before I would, hand knit fairly well. Crochet is my thing, but like Tunisian crochet and things of that nature. But I have a knitting machine, and it's an old bond. It is, I mean, it's ancient, and I've had it for ages. And I want to teach you all, or show you, or should I say not teach. I'm sure everybody can do those. But, just come and hang out with me while I work on the knitting machine. I want to bring those uh types of videos to you also. My mom, when I was little, and I have bits and pieces when I was little, what my mom used to do as far as crafting goes. And she had paint by numbers. Okay. She was a big Bob Ross fan. I mean, that he was the artist of the century back then. He's pretty famous now, even though he's not with us here on this earth. But my mom would sit and watch him, and I'd watch her, and I'd learn a lot from her. My mom was very fascinating person. And I feel like I kind of gather a lot of her intuitive on myself, and as my girls and my children have learned from me. And she would do the paint by numbers. The old canvas where you had the numbers and you kind of paint by whatever number associated to that type of color. And she would just sit there and paint, and I didn't know what that was. It was oil paints. Back then, the paints are different than I say that they're different than they are now, but so much has been advanced to the part where it's not like it was before. It's a whole lot better, I would say. But anyway, I digress. And she would paint by numbers. And I'd sit there and watch her being young. I don't remember exactly how old I was. And I know my baby sister, she was a baby. She was, a toddler, I guess. And I would just sit there and just watch. And I'd ask her, I said, Mom, couldn't you just use a different color with that? She said, You could, but that defeats the purpose by paint by numbers. And she would just sit there and watch Bob Ross and, oh man, crochet. And I was just so intrigued of how much she knew. And I do believe I drew her creativity in that sense. My mom's very smart lady. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. As I see here, I don't want too many. Move this aside. You see it laying down flat and it's not curled as much right here. It curls a little, but once you get it and you set it flat, it does fairly well. So the idea here then, the concept of this is that when you get more, see like here it looks like a V and you put 2 stitches in the same space there, that's going to give it room to lay flat. And just some helpful tips. If you're a seasoned crocheter and you have some helpful tips, let us know in the comments. What would you suggest? Well, that'd be kind of cool to have some open conversation there. And for those that have commented, thank you. Thank you for leaving a comment. That's how we learn. Learning and conversating and um, your idea and I learn from yours and you learn from mine and we're just learning from each other. Ain't that right? And we won't know everything until we go back, until the Lord calls us. That's the truth. So what I'm doing here is I'm to the last space, and I know that's the last one because there's no more space to put another crochet stitch. So, and this is where my beginning is. So what I'm going to do, okay, is I'm going to not yarn over. I'm going to go into that space right here. I'm going to pull up a loop, and I'm going to close it up. Chain one. Now, look at the small time that we've done this, how far we've gotten so far. We got a few more minutes. Let's see if I can't this one out real quick. Get it done. And this yarn ball right here was as big as this one. And this is how many it's given me. Even so, continuing on. So what I want to do then, I want to do a bunch of these, like I mentioned, and I want to do some different decorative stitches outside of these to give it, some uniqueness. One set is not going to be similar to the other. They're all going to have some variations and stuff, okay? So we're going to be looking at those as well. I chain one, yarn over. I'm going in the first one, the same one. So when I say same one, the one that I just did, that I closed that loop, that chain right here, I'm going right back in it, and I'm gonna pull it out. Okay. If you seem like it doesn't want to move, you kind of wiggle it. So there's three. Okay. There's three loops on the crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to pull through two. One and two. Yarn over, pull through two. Okay? Don't do like I did when I was learning this a long time ago. Do that and I would chain one and my stitches would be so off. But we're going to keep doing this. I'm going into the next one. That's what I'm doing here. I'm going to go into the next space there. Yarn over, pull a loop. Yarn over, pull a loop. Okay? Pull here. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and I see a lot of different ones. I made some crocheted house shoes. And what I made them from was old house shoes from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree. And the little terry cloth part on it, I took that off. I've been doing this for years. And I everything was starting to get expensive, and I just rather see, can I make that? Can I do something with that? And sure enough, I had made me some house shoes, and we may do that also. Okay. And see, I get in a rhythm, and I get sometimes, and I'll pull it out, start over again. Don't be ashamed to start over, friends. And this is relaxation. Okay. Okay, let's do in that same one right quick because I feel it to seem like it's. And I will, there's some that will hold their crochet hook here. If I have a big project like a blanket or something, I'll tend to do that. But I've learned this way um, since I was little, and I will just, maneuver it like that, like so. And I'm going to go back into that same one because it's starting to lay flat. All right, again, yarn over, go through in between those chains. And if my tension kind of is a little bit much, I'll pull through and pull through two, pull through two. Yarn over, go in the next one, two and two. yarn over, go to the next one, and you'll have to see if it seems like it's laying flat really nice for you, don't go in the same space, okay? But if it seems like it's trying to buckle, go ahead and do a double stitch in that one hole, like 2 in the same one, and it should lay out flat for you. Okay? Oops. And yarn over, go through and pull through 2, pull through, and next one over. I'm going in here. I'm going to pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay? Same thing. 2, 2, and oops, 2, 2. As you can very well see, I get into it, and then I'll start pulling some more yarn out, and I'll have enough here so I don't have to stop. Yarn over, next space over, pull through 2 and 2. Yarn over, go through the next space, grab the yarn, pull it through. There's 3 on the hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. And then same thing, next space over, 2, next space over, 2 and 2. Okay. Let me go ahead and see if it's starting to buckle a little bit. If it's laying flat, then I'll put 2 in the same spot. So I did this one on the next one. Now, I'm going to yarn over. I just came out of this one. I'm going to put another stitch in there. And you can see that V. See the V right there? Okay. Now, once I've done that, I will see that it's laying flat. Now in the beginning, if you feel like it's not going to lay flat, go back and take a few out, add some extra stitches. Okay? So, let's see. We're almost out of time here, friends. Okay, let me go ahead and on our next crafting video, we're going to continue on with this crochet series. I'm going to be making a lot of different crochet as this is still a new channel. All of you who have just subscribed, I've only been doing this a few months, and I thank the Lord for all of you who have decided to stay a while. And I understand about those who are passer-throughers, and thank you for passing through and just looking at what we're doing here at Bel Anne Craft Studio. But if you have taken the time to subscribe, you've pulled up a chair, you're staying a while, and I welcome you. I welcome you. Stay as long as you like and share your thoughts, share your experiences, what crafts you like. We're all sitting here at the craft table and we are learning together. And we are enjoying and fellowshipping together. Yes. How many of you in the last crafting video saw the scripture I put there? Can you tell me what that scripture says? It's the video before this one. Leave me a comment. Let me know what that scripture says. Okay. Almost done. We are. Okay. It goes fast, friends. It goes fast. A little bit more. You see how it's just growing quickly, right? And yarn over, pull through 2 and 2. Yarn over, pull through 2 and 2. Yarn over, and 2 and 2. And yarn over, 2 and 2. Yarn over, 2 and 2. Okay, yarn over, 2 and 2. One more. Yarn over. 2 and 2. Okay. And if what you could also do is lay it on the table wherever flat surface you're working at, and just go ahead and see if it's going to lay flat. If you need to put extra stitch in the same spot that you came out of. If not, proceed. Okay. Almost there. I'm going to give it an extra. And the same one, there's a V there. That's how you know. And we're going to go next one over. Today is just such a great day to sit and crochet, friends. And I thought, I'm going to bring my crafty friends along. We're going to crochet together. All right, so I'm right where I need to be. I'm going to go into this, not this one away over here, but you'll see this one right here, and there's a little hole right there. I'm going in there right here at the top of that chain. I'm going to push it through. I'm going to pull through, and then I'm going to pull through again. And I'm going to chain one, and that closes that one. Now, as you can see here, this one is extremely close to that other one. Again, when you crochet, what I found when I crochet, it may not all look the same. It may not all size up the same, but it's going to look beautiful nonetheless. Okay? Thank you for hanging in with me. I'm going to make sure yes, ma'am, we are out of time. Thank you for hanging in with me. We are going to continue in this crochet series. And again, if you know crochet, if you've been crocheting for a while, let us know how long you've been crocheting. And inspire the ones who are not sure about leaving a comment. We're all here to learn. You don't know more than me. I don't know more than you. But God knows more He knows more than us all. And we thank the Lord Jesus for giving His life on the cross that we may all live through Him. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Share with your friends. And I will see you on the next crafting video. Bye for now.